Hey guys, thanks for checking out the blog. Put this little video together just to elaborate on some of the points made in there, so hopefully it clarifies some things. If you have any questions, you can always reach out, shoot us an email, or give us a call. So basically what I wanted to talk about, we'll start off with the breakdown of the routine. I know for our purposes we're just talking about the squat portion, which is this top line. But the way they have it laid out is like a 3-day program. So you have an A and a B portion of it, and you're alternating days. They have it split up over like a Monday, Wednesday, and a Friday. The way it's worked for me is a Tuesday, Friday, Sunday. So I think as long as you have a day or so in between to recover, should be fine, whatever works for your schedule. So for the squat, you're doing 5 reps, 3 sets, and then you're just repeating that across all week. I just included some of the other stuff in here, the other movements, even though we didn't really talk about that. We can talk about that at a later date. But it just gives you an example of the total program. That way you're not just wondering, just squatting 5 reps, 3 sets, and that's it. But basically what you do is you do an overhead press on day A, then a bench on B, and then you repeat the press again later in the week, and then the following week you flip. So you're doing a bench twice and a press once. The deadlift starts off where you're doing that daily. As the load goes up, you're kind of cutting that back a little. Then you get to a point where you're alternating between a deadlift and a power clean, and then you may even space out that deadlift to like every 5 workouts just to give yourself enough recovery time as the weight goes up. But again, we can talk about that at a later date. For our purposes, we're just talking about the squat portion of it. So essentially, you're just doing 3 sets of 5, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And each time that you squat, you're just attempting to add a little bit extra weight to the bar. Initially, the jumps may be a little bit bigger. You may be able to add 10 pounds to the bar each session. As the weight starts to go up a little bit, that weight may have to decrease a little bit, where maybe you're taking 5-pound jumps and even a little less towards the tail end. So the next thing comes down to, how do we get to our starting weight, right? So some people may have squatted who want to get into this program, so they might have somewhat of an idea of like what they're capable of. Other people may not have barbell squatted before, so they don't really know where to start. So these jumps in weight are just examples. We'll talk through it. This doesn't apply to everyone, so you kind of have to have an idea of like what you're capable of, be realistic. Better to take much smaller jumps than bigger jumps. You can always add some weight. But this just gives you like a loose guideline on how we get to a working weight for the first exercise or the first session. And then I'll talk a little bit about subsequent sessions after that. So basically what I would do on day 1, starting the program, I would do a little bit of a warm-up, 5 minutes, maybe on a bike or a rower. Or if you have a little mobility routine that you like going through, you can start with that. And then after that, I would jump down to an empty bar, and I might do 5 reps, take a little break, another set of 5 reps. So a couple of sets of 5 with an empty bar, and then I may start adding a little bit of weight after that. So then I'd put a couple of 25s on, go up to 95, do a set of 5, and then I'd take another little jump, 115 for 5, 135 for 5. Now let's say you get up to 155, and you do 5 repetitions, and you're saying, okay, if I take another jump after this, my form's probably going to break down. At that point, you'd want to stay right there. You do 2 more sets of 5, and that's kind of how you've come across your starting working weight. So that's end of day 1 for you. You got 155, 3 sets of 5. And that goes back to what we talked about up here. So first day, day A, you did 155 for 3 sets of 5. So then now the subsequent workouts are similar, but there are some subtle differences. So what you do is you'd still go through your warm-up, similar warm-up, do a couple of sets with the empty bar, and then now you're going to want to do a little bit of a warm-up to your working weight. So we knew we did 155 last time. We know we want to add a little bit of weight to the bar, so now we're going to do we're going to try 160 today for 3 sets of 5, right? So what you'll see here is we might do 2 sets of 5, and then as we go up a little weight, we'll do another set of 5. Now we're going up a little bit more. We only do 3 or 5 reps. Then we go up a little more. Maybe we do 1 or 2 reps. That way, as we're going up in the weight, we're not draining ourselves because we know we want to save some energy for our working sets, which are these last 3 sets. So now we get to 160, which is our new weight, and we do 3 sets of 5. And that's the session for the squat for the day. Now, as far as rest goes, 3 to 5 minutes rest between each of these sets. As that weight goes up later in the program, you can take a 5-minute break, 5-6-minute break between, just to give yourself adequate rest time. If you're able to get back in and do another set of 5 after like a minute rest break, then the weight is probably not heavy enough for you. You're working in too low of an intensity, which may not be enough to stimulate those strength gains. So hopefully that clarified some things for you. Again, if you have any questions, definitely reach out to us. I hope this helps out a little bit. I've seen personally some really good progress with this. Although I'm getting towards the tail end of like this program, I'm not seeing as many benefits for me anymore. I've run it about 3 months or so. So I'm going to get into a slightly different program, and then I'll see how that goes, and then maybe I'll check back in and give you a little update on where you guys can go after this. All right, take care, guys.